So today we will be doing this leaf similar question. We would be going to the end of the binary tree and would be checking if there occurs a sequence. As from here you can see there occurs a sequence 67498, and similarly in example 1 there occurs a sequence 67498, and here also it occurs 67498. So what we can do here is we would simply declare an array list. We would go to the end of the array to the binary tree and check if there exist if both of the lists are equal till the time both the roots are null. So I would simply declare an array list of integer here and name it as list1 as new array list of integer, and I would simply copy it and paste it here, renaming it as list2. Now I would create a function dfs, and I would simply do root1, and I would pass list1, and I would simply pass it again root2 dot list2. Okay, I have named it as dfs, and I would then return if both of them list1 dot equals list2. We need to check that both the lists are equals, because you can understand that if both the lists would be equal it would be returned true, because at the end all the elements would be same. So now I would make the function public void dfs, and I would do tree node root and an array list, and I would put it as integer, and I would name it list. So this is the function where we would be dfs function where we would be passing the parameters and base cases. So if root is not equals to null, because if the root is not equals to null, then only we would be checking, else we would be returning out the function. And if root is not equals to null, and if root dot left is equals to null and root dot right is equals to null, we would simply be adding the list dot add root dot val. So we would be doing this at both the sites. We would be doing it this at dfs root dot left. We would be doing this as dfs root dot right, and we would simply be passing list along with them. And yeah, so what you must have got an idea that we are going to a node, checking if it is the end node of the binary tree, because if root dot left is null and right dot null, that must be the end of that side of the tree, and we would simply be adding that value, and we would be doing that in both of the roots, that is root 1 and root 2, and checking that the values that we ended up at the end of the binary to the list, if both of them are same, definitely the sequence of both the binary trees are same. Else if it is means, as you can see here, this is 2 3, this 3 2, we would be returning false with the help of this function created here. So I would run the code. Yeah, as you can see, it has passed the basic test case, and I guess, yeah, it is faster than 100% of the Java solutions, and it consumes 38.76. Yeah, I don't know why it has taken more memory this time than last time, but yeah, it depends totally on the time of submission you have made. So in this question, basically what we did is making an array list and storing the elements at the end of the binary tree of both the trees in the array lists, and then checking if both the lists are equal, and if they are equal we would be returning true, else we would be returning false. The recursive leap of faith is being followed here in the end, because we are doing that to left and right both till we reach the end of the binary tree in both the sides. So this was it for the question. This question is frequently asked in many companies interviews, so this was a nice question while implementing recursion. and considering how array list can be used for storing elements in binary tree. So thank you, have a nice day.